Many of you work in IT recruitment and you're familiar with the IT stack. One of the evolutions of recruitment and all sales organisations is that you now have a sales stack. And it's about how you choose the technology that supports you, engage your customers, nurture those customers and convert them into clients. And so Jess is going to give us 5 minutes on how to choose the right technology for you.
Cool, sounds good. I'm not going to lie, I've not practiced this at all, but I'm Irish and I speak really fast, so I think we're going to do okay. So what I'm going to talk to you really briefly is about choosing the innovation for you. I work for a video engagement platform called Hinterview and I'm their head of sales. What we aim to do is to bring technology to the forefront and actually enhance the human interaction. So our slogan and what we live by is technology should complement but never replace the human connection. And it kind of goes back to what Steve was saying and what yourself was saying, I didn't quite get your name, but that technology should power it but not replace it. And we see the evolution of so many technology products that just try to cut that out. I can't use video in this, and I use video in every single one of my talks because that's what we do and that's what we preach. So I thought, how will I keep your attention? Quick history lesson, because everybody loves history and everybody's engaged by history. So what I want to get you guys thinking about is just different time frames and how evolution of technology has evolved. So what has the Great Pyramids of Gaza, Cleopatra and Snapchat got in common? Does anyone know? Absolutely nothing. But what they do have is the time frames in which they were all created. So Cleopatra lived and died about 2,000 years ago, and she lived and died 500 years closer to the invention of Snapchat than she did to the invention or the creation of the pyramids of Gaza. So time is moving really, really fast at the moment in terms of how we're evolving. If you take the Wright brothers, their first plane flew in 1903, and then we landed on the moon 66 years later. So from getting to the plane took us ages. Once we were in a plane, we're on the moon. So we're moving things really quickly at a really fast pace at the moment. Also, how we're adopting technology is changing. So it took the radio 38 years to reach 50 million users. It took the TV 13 years, and it only took the iPod 3 years to reach 50 million users. So as an audience, we're getting much more used to the technology that we're being faced with. So the rate that we're adapting technology and innovation, if we don't change with that, we're going to get left behind by it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we need to put robots into everything, right? We need to be smart about how we actually do it. Doing all right. I can't remember what's next. Oh, what does that mean to recruitment? That's why we're all here. So we stereotypically use CVs, emails, cover sheets. I worked in recruitment for 5 years. I'm not new to this. I'm not a technology person that just tries to reinvent things. I've worked in recruitment. I've been on desk. And I worked in compliance and regulatory recruitment during the crash, right? Candidates were the hardest things to come up with. Less than 25 years ago, none of these things existed. And I guarantee you now, go into any recruitment business in the whole of the UK, even internationally, they'll have at least one of these products: ACRM, Indeed, Boardbean, LinkedIn. Less than 10 years ago, none of these existed. Cube19, Lusha, LinkedIn Helper, Volcanic, Cloud Call, Hunter, Sourcebreaker. And again, these are the normal tech stack for recruitment companies now. They've been in existence less than 10 years. That's less than most people's recruitment career. So yes, we've got robots that are happening now. People are using chatbot tools. Yes, there is a place for them in the market, but do I think it's the be all and end all? No, absolutely not. So going back to the point about what this means to us in recruitment and how the technology that we actually put into our business, I think we need to look at what people are demanding and what people want before we decide what we actually want to put into our business, right? 72% of people would rather use video to learn about a service. You've got 52 times well-optimized videos that will come up on your Google search, going back to your branding piece and how you get yourself out there. Viewers retain 95% better of a video that they take in rather than when they read it in text. And if you put the word video alone into an email subject, you get 96% better click-through rate. What's my point to all of this? I think video is great. I think it's the best way to put the human interaction back in there, gets your face out there, gets your branding out there, and people are demanding it. 59% of executives would say that they would rather read about something or watch something than read about it. Should get that one right. In a survey, 47% of companies are using some sort of video technology within their recruitment process. 60% of hiring managers are actually using a video technology product. Not just the HR and the screening people, the actual technical hiring managers are already using it. So this whole idea of humans versus robots, I absolutely disagree with. I think we should be using technology to actually enhance that human interaction, not cut it out, but let's be a bit smarter about how we work in recruitment. Let's not be archaic. Let's use these things and actually power us. So this is our lovely team. This is the logo that we live by. If anyone wants to talk about video, come and meet me later.